Hello again, and this is a Geek Must Have, and this is another PostBag video. This is from the hardware factory store in Lexington, Kentucky, and it's a real heavy package, and I'm pretty sure I know what's in this one. Two 1, 2, 3 blocks. These say they're made in China. What they are two highly precise machined metal blocks that are wrapped up very well. And I think it's okay to use a knife on this. Oh, and they have that fresh smell of machine oil in the evening. I love it. Yeah, well, I need to get a rag to wipe this off. It's already got oil over just about everything. Let's take this out, put it down. And what it is, it's a machined block that is flat and parallel. The sides are parallel to 0.0002 of an inch. And the squareness, how square the sides are to each other, how these ends are square to each other, like this to this. The parallelism is the two sides going this way, and then this part right here is the squareness on all sides is accurate to 0.0003 of an inch. The pair, that means the two of these, are matched to each other to within 0.0002 of an inch. So these are truly a matched set. It has 23 holes in it. 5 of them are tapped with a 3/8 16th thread for clamping, and 18 of the holes are untapped. Made of hardened steel, precision ground with a lot of oil on it. Why did I buy these? Well, I'm going to be playing with some foam core to make some boxes for some of my test equipment. I'm basically going to cut the pieces and glue them together. I decided I'd go online and find out how to go about doing this, and I ran into a video from Adam Savage from the old Mythbusters where he rebuilt his childhood home out of foam core. These blocks were on the table, and he took a couple of seconds to explain that they were 1, 2, 3 blocks, and they're excellent for holding two pieces of board together while the hot glue dries. So if you're gluing the foam board, use hot glue, not super glue. The super glue will melt the inside of the foam board. But when you put the hot glue together and you want it just to stay together without you having to hold it, these two blocks will hold it firmly in place. These blocks have all sorts of other purposes. If you get a set of screws, the 5 threaded holes are going in this X direction right here. There and there. And they go all the way through the block. And then the rest of the holes are just pass-through holes, but the holes go all the way through this big piece of machine. I think, yeah, it's metal. It's tool steel. It's hardened tool steel. All right, it's heat treated, so like it's got a hardness value of like 50 to 60 RC. It is an impressive set of blocks for $14. I will take advantage of these, not only to glue the foam core together, but when I start playing with polyvinyl chlorate compressed board and with some of the plexiglass, this is going to help hold the pieces steady while the glue dries. I have a Nixie tube clock that I want to make, and I want it to be in a clear plexiglass container, and I was trying to figure out how to hold the parts together. How do you clamp 2 parts together like that? You don't need to clamp them, you just use these 1, 2, 3 blocks. I didn't even know these existed. They will come in handy, and you will see them in a future video when I build the boxes for my test gear and the boxes for my steampunk voltmeters and a couple of other things I have in the projects list. These were purchased from Amazon, HFS, 1 pair for $14. I'm probably going to have to buy a second pair. The next package in today's post bag comes from Jane Roadliner, the Haopeng Exhibition Center, Guangdong, China. The customs label on there says speaker. I pretty much think I know what this is. It's probably some speakers I ordered. And again, with the bubble wrap, I do appreciate them wrapping it up really well. I often talk poorly about having tons of bubble wrap. I throw it away, but I imagine if they shipped it without the bubble wrap, there'd be a lot more broken things out there. And these are wrapped up especially well. I think I ordered 2 pairs of very small speakers. And, damn it. All right. Be careful here. Don't want to cut the cones. Let's see if we can at least get... Ah, here we go. Of course, the speakers are wrapped together in, guess what? Another layer of cellophane. All right. This is the first set of speakers. These are 8 ohms. I think they're a watt. These speakers came from AliExpress from the Young War Science store, and they're 5 watt, not 1 watt. And the pair of them cost $3 shipped to me. These are actually 5 watt, 50 millimeter speakers, 50 millimeters across. They're 5 watts. Magnet on the back is only 18 millimeters, so this is only 18 millimeters across. If that, the diameter here is 50-ish. Yep, 50 pretty much on. I plan to put these in a small little amplifier set using one of the PAM amplifiers that I got, one of the PAM amplifier circuits that I got. They're nice little speakers. They'll probably have to be glued in place because there are no mounting holes or anything like that, but they're standard 8 ohm 5 watt speakers. And if I'm correct, this is another set of speakers, only these are oblong or ovalish or rectangle, whatever you'd like to say. And these are, yep. Somebody sent in a message to me asking me a question. They noticed I buy a lot of things from China, and asked me whether there were any problems. Well, it doesn't matter where you order stuff from. I mean, you order stuff from Amazon or eBay or just about anybody, and you order a lot of stuff over a period of time, you're going to have a certain percentage of failures no matter what. And I've had them too, but one of the things that kind of amazes me about AliExpress that they get a lot of grief about is their return policy. Well, when you get to a certain level, and they have like 5 levels, there are no questions asked. If you didn't get something, you file a dispute, and within a couple of days, your money's refunded to your account. Now, on a couple of occasions, I filed a dispute because something didn't come on time, and I got the refund, and sure enough, 2 or 3 days later, I got the item. So I always try to fess up with the vendors and make certain that they get paid and everything. But I've had things that have been defective. I've had things that were missed shipments. Just like I would any vendor who you buy a lot of stuff from, you're going to have mistakes. I'm a little amused at their wrapping methods. They use this yellowish type of tape to wrap things in, and it usually stinks to high heaven. But the products are fairly good, and they're very inexpensive, which means you can build a lot of little projects for just a little money. So these are some also 5 watt speakers. They're kind of ovalish and, not ovalish, but rectangular in shape. And I think they're about, let's say about 90 millimeters. Yeah, 90 millimeters by about, say 40. And it's off. They're 50-ish. I'm getting better at estimating things in metrics. Never used to estimate things in metrics until I started building project boxes, and found out it was a lot easier to divide odd numbers like 100 millimeters by 5 than it was 4 1/8 inches by 5. And I've been slowly converting myself over to millimeters, and most of the database of things I have uses millimeters as the standard. And these are 5-watt speakers. There's a pair of them. They have a little heftier magnet on the back. The magnet's approximately 35 millimeters across on the back. And they have mounting holes, which is going to come in handy. They have, unlike this other set of speakers that have a vinyl type of cone, these have a true old-style paper cone that moves back and forth. These will dry out eventually over time, but by the time I built the project and had some fun with it and got rid of it to somebody else, I will have moved on to something else. And I think that these were $1.75 for the pair. So for a small little project with a couple of speakers in it, like a small little MP player that's kind of unique in a unique type of box, probably a steampunk box, that's not bad. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the like button and leave any of your comments or suggestions in the area below. There is a companion blog to this YouTube channel that is at geekmusthave.com, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Now, take a little time off and go build a speaker cabinet and listen to music.